Everyone talks about how to build websites and finding clients, but what you will struggle to find on YouTube is how to actually manage the back end of your web design business, such as payments, how do you charge your client with the software and domain fees, contracts for ongoing services, and more. That's why I feel like it's my duty to give out this value and show you what I do to run the back end of my agency that's completing multiple projects each month. Just in the last 2 weeks alone, after paying out fees to my team, I've profited $5,130. Now, when you first sign a client, it can be super exciting, but once the initial thrill wears off, you might find yourself overwhelmed before the behind the scenes work that needs to happen to keep your agency running smoothly and professional. So this is a video that I wish someone showed me when I was first getting started, so let's get into it. Firstly, let's talk about hosting. I'm using Wix in this video because that's what most people will be using, but these days all the big website development softwares provide you with hosting included in their plan. Now, the biggest question I get regarding this is, do I have to pay for my client's monthly fee and domain? And the answer to that is no. Unless you're doing ongoing services on a retainer, which I'll talk about later in this video, your client should be paying the bill as this is their business expense. Usually this is anywhere from $15 to $35 a month, depending on if they choose a monthly or annual billing and the features that's required for their site. But how do you get the client to pay for this? So what I like to do is, after I've completed the website for my client, I'll hop on a quick Zoom call with them and we'll do a little onboarding process where we run through everything. I'll show you exactly how we do the upgrade. So I'll do it at the same time with them. You can just simply hit upgrade. It'll come up with the different pricing plans. Now, if you're just doing an info-based site, you can just get the light plan, but if you're accepting payments or doing some type of booking system and pricing plan, you will need core. Usually you don't need business and business elite. That's more for kind of higher profile stuff. But let's just say we're doing the core package, we hit select. Usually you will be doing it on an annual basis. That's probably the best one. But you've got the monthly options as well. And then you can just click continue to check out. And then through there, you'll be able to go through with your client. Obviously they can turn off their screen so you don't see the info. They can put in their credit card information, and then that's all set up correctly. And you'll also be able to then go through and do the domain with them. I will show you though, for example, so just to show them what the domain will be. If it's like www. What's the cool name? bossgymathletics.com. And then obviously if that domain's available, it'll give them the price. So yeah, it'll come up with that after they put their card in, and they'll be able to purchase their domain that they can do as well. Now let's talk about how we accept our payments for the project. So I work half up front and half on completion. I use Stripe as my payment processor. I find it to be the easiest and also the best for international transfers, and it's also the best processing time for money to hit my account. If I'm working with a local business, I like to accept payment via bank transfer just because then I pay less fees. That's the reason I don't do bank transfer for international payments. The fees are ridiculous and it takes ages to actually receive your money. You want to make sure that you confirm with your client before starting any new projects that the cost for you and the software fees as well as inclusions are clear. You'll also want to make sure you're sending invoices and keeping records of this for your business, because come tax time you'll have to go through all of this with your accountant. Let me show you an example of an email sent to a business before starting their website. So this is an email that I sent to a barbershop franchise after I had a Zoom meeting with the owner. Just kind of going over all the different inclusions and pricing. So hi name, thank you for your time today. It was very nice to meet you and talk about your plans for a business name moving forward. Inclusion, so website professional rebrand following a white and gold theme, which is kind of what we talked about. They wanted a kind of premium feel to their business. Subscriptions for haircuts, which we wanted to be all online and automated. And then a booking system for facials and teeth whitening that they want to launch throughout the business as well. So price, clearly stating, so I'd be happy to complete this project for you for $2,000 total. Invoice attached, I'm about to show you that. I work half up front and half on completion once you're happy with everything. Since we're also local and not international, I'm happy to receive payment via bank transfer if that works with you. And then anything extra on top of that. So the software I use is Wix, as this is the cheapest. I'm able to work around and do what the high-end softwares offer so you don't have to waste money. Has everything including backend on one platform and is easiest for you to manage overall. The monthly fee for this is only $33 a month on the annual plan, which is best as you can host a website long term, but there is also monthly options available. Looking forward to hearing back and to start to work on this project for you. Completion time is typically about 2 weeks. Thanks. Cameron, next up, web design. So you can see I clearly indicated what the price would be, what the ongoing fees would be for the softwares, how long it would take to complete, and all the inclusions that we want to work on as well. And then what I did was send over this invoice as a PDF. I just changed some of the information, but this is kind of the template I use. So I've got my logo, it says a website development invoice, has the date, and then the details. So issued to, you put their business name there, and then payment via, if you were doing a bank transfer, you then put down the details in there. If you're doing it through a payment processor or Stripe, you would say Stripe, and you'd also have the link to the pay link as well on there. That you put the costs, the currency, and then a little bit of info down here. So upfront payment is half of the full cost from Next Up Web Design, and then completion payment is made once the project is launched. And then down the bottom I also have a little bit of info, so an ABN, your business number, and then also a website or contact number in there as well. Now, if you're doing ongoing services for businesses, whether you're on a retainer or there's other incentives involved, it's super important to have a simple contract in place to protect both you and your client. It outlines the scope of work, payment terms, deadlines, and what happens if either party decides to back out. This way there's no arguments if these problems arise. I also get asked a lot if you should use contracts for one-time fee projects, and the answer is yes, you can, but personally I don't, just because it can be quite confronting to the business owner getting a contract shoved in their face. It could scare them and they might back out. Also, because you should be completing projects for half upfront and half on completion. That way, the upfront payment basically is the contract and their commitment to you. So this is a contract I used recently. It's actually not for a web design client, it's for kind of a growth operating creator, but it's the same system. So web design contract agreement, you put down the terms and conditions, so the date that this contract is going to begin from, and then obviously they can put in their name there as well. So you want to clearly outline what the deliverables and responsibilities are for both you and them. Payment, what payment will be made, how is it being made, when's it being made, any kind of fees or commissions that are going on there, you want that clearly indicated. And then also I got another page as well, so termination. So if anyone wants to stop doing the contract, stop going on with the work, how do we go about that? So you just want all information clearly indicated and have a spot for their name and signature to go. I send this as a PDF to them and I get them to use, I'm pretty sure it's free, the Adobe Fill and Sign app. Really easy to use. They can just tick with a signature, but they can do it however they want. And it just keeps on a record, keeps both you and your client protected. Lastly, handing off the site to a client. So what I like to do is an onboarding Zoom call where together we go through setting up the domain and software payments like I showed you before, and also I share my screen and run through the backend dashboard to give a quick tutorial on how they can use all of the features. If it's on Wix, I'll also get them to download the Wix Owner app. It just makes everything so easy and simple for the business owner to then manage their site. So looking back, it's kind of a simple video once you wrap your head around it. You just got to make sure that you're keeping yourself safe if anyone tries to back out of payment if you're doing ongoing work for them. And also all the invoices, just make sure you're really keeping a good record of it. Again, it's super easy to whip up on Canva. You can just go and copy what I did as well. Got a little template on there. Because yeah, all those things, you got to be able to track that revenue that's coming in, because with taxes and as you're making more money, it's super important. It's just all on a record. If you want to learn more and connect with me, my team, and all of our aspiring entrepreneurs that are following, join my free Discord, links in the bio. We're reaching up to 100 members now, so it's getting really good, really active, and people are learning a lot. Apart from that, thank you. Keep commenting what you would like to see. I'll try and whip out the videos as quick as I can, and I'll talk to you soon.